You turn the left.
Hey guys, so I know this is late, but parent night just ended, so I'm going to finish. And the person you see the head is my son. So Caleb is here. Apologize if he gets in the middle of the video. Maybe he'll laugh. But I did want to do numbers 11 through 21 with you. Okay, so numbers 11 through 21, which was last night's homework. So I'm going to go to the answers first.
It's A-L-E-C-A.
Okay, Caleb. Can mommy work?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
C-A-L-E-B. Is it in the Caleb name?
Okay, so number 11. If you did it on your own, the answer was B. And how I got B was...
B, say this. B, this.
Caleb. The way I got B was I'm talking about translations. And we're going to be learning about this.
Miss Douglas to the front office. Miss Douglas to the front office.
We're going to be talking about translations. And translations is on a graph, it's where you slide. So when you're sliding, you're either going to move left and right, or you're going to move up and down.
Right.
So if you move right 5 units, I have my x-axis. My x-axis is the one where I'm going to go to the right. So it's saying I'm moving to the right 5. So I'm going to be adding 5 because the positive is on the right.
C-A-L-E-B.
And the negative is on the left.
What?
So if I go right, I'm going positive. And on my y, I'm going down. Well, y is positive going up and negative going down. So I'm actually going down. So I'm going to be subtracting 2. So when I look at my answer choices.
The B. I think the B, Mommy.
I know I'm going to be adding and I'm going to be subtracting. Now the problem is in this problem, it's also saying I'm reflecting. So when you think of reflections, think of a mirror. A mirror is where you go from one side to the other. Okay, so I'm going to be doing the opposite. So it says I'm going to reflect across the x-axis.
What's the blue?
So if I'm going to cross the x-axis, I know that my x stays the same. My x stays the same, but my y changed. It went to the opposite. So the opposite is when it's negative. That means I'm going to have an opposite y. My y will be negative. It will do the opposite, which is why B is your answer. Okay. Let's go ahead and go to number 12. And Caleb, if you don't sit down, we're going to get in trouble.
No. I want to sit down.
Okay, so number 12 says the first part of a football team's season's last 5 weeks. The scatter plot shows the attendance for each week. Which of the following best describes the association? So we're talking about association between the weeks and the number of people attending the games. So if you did this on your own, the correct answer was J. So if you did it, awesome, air 5. If you didn't do it and you didn't know what to do, association is similar to slope. So if you remember the slope video, the slope dude, he's going puff, 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 positive, nice, negative. This is 0, fun, undefined. So in association, if all the points are going up in an upward pattern, it's positive. If it's going down, it's a negative. So when I'm looking, these points have like nothing in common. So that means there is no association, which is J. No association. Okay. And this question came from Unit 6. So if you want to go back into your notes from Unit 6, that will help you in that problem.
I can find it, Mommy.
Okay, number 13. The correct answer was C. Dilations is, again, a new problem. This is from Unit 7. This is the one that we're going to be starting tomorrow. So we got tomorrow, Friday, and Monday, and Tuesday. We're going to be working on Unit 7. So dilations, I don't know if you've ever heard someone say, is your eyes dilated? Well, dilations is when you go from small to big or big to small. So if you're going big, you are enlarging. That means you are actually multiplying by a number greater than 1.
Whoa, Mommy.
If you are going smallwards, so enlarging is going that way, and if you are going small, you are reducing, which means you are going less than 1. It's a number less than 1, like fractions and decimals.
What is right here?
Okay. So when I'm looking here and it says the scale factor is 1/5, that means I'm multiplying by 1/5. So the next thing I gotta see is 1/5 greater than 1 or is 1/5 less than 1?
I want to sit down, Mommy.
Well, 1/5
1, 2, 3,
is less
4,
than 1. So
5,
it means I'm actually going
6,
smaller.
7, 8, 9, 10.
So it's asking what's going to happen to this figure. It means I'm basically taking my x and I'm multiplying by the number less than 1. I'm multiplying by 1/5. And I'm taking my y value and I'm multiplying it by 1/5. That is my answer. Literally, that's my answer. Dilations is always multiplication. Dilations is always multiplication. So if I have a point, -3, well, -3 times 1/5 is going to be -3/5. This point is also +3. That means I'm taking my 1/5 and I'm multiplying by +3.
You know, lie.
Which would be +3/5. That would be my new point on my shape. So it'd be about right here. So instead of it being out here in the big shape, it's going to be on a very small shape because I'm actually going smaller.
Mommy, I love you.
I love you too, Caleb. Number 14. The correct answer was F. On how to do this, the graph below shows the distance. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Can you have a seat, please?
Yeah.
The graph below shows the distance. Oh, Lord, we're talking about distance. Between the Columbus walking group traveled on a weekend walk. Which statement best represents the unit rate? By the graph. Okay. Unit rate is the same word as slope. It's asking you what's the slope. Slope.
I love you.
Star chart. You have rise over run. And you also have your slope formula. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. You can do either method, whichever one works for you. So I'm going to look here. I see a perfect point at 0, 0. I see a perfect point at 1, 3.
1, 3.
So I notice I'm going to go up 3, to the right 1. So my slope is 3 over 1.
1.
Which is F.
F. I love my numbers and I love all of my.
Okay, so number 15, the answer was A. And it's asking which number line is the approximation of square root of 42.
Mommy, I love you.
So that means you go to your calculator, type in 42, do the square root, and the square root is 6.48. Find the number line that shows it between 6 and 7. Okay, so this is between 6 and 7. Check. 20. Nope. This is 6 and 7. It's not 7 and 8. And it's not 14, so the answer was A.
I go lose, Mommy.
And this is in Unit 1. Okay. I did forget to tell you the last problem. Number 14 is in Unit 4 and 5. Unit 4 and 5. So if you need to go back to Unit 4 and 5 for that last problem, it'll help you.
This is mine. Oh, it failed, Mommy. It failed.
So number 16. We're at number 16 now. Books U rents textbooks to college students. It charges $10 to set up an account. The amount of company charges rent to textbooks is shown below. Which equation represents A, the amount of students charged rent in books? So we're looking for an equation. So we write our star chart, on our star chart equation, y equals mx plus b. And what I notice and so I have to find slope first. Slope. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Take your 2 points, your first and your second, and plug it into your formula. So 127 minus 88 over 3 minus 2. And then we're going to type that in our calculator. 127 minus 88. That's 39. 3 minus 2 is 1. So my slope is 39.
No.
So I'm going to plug that into my equation. Now, for this equation, I only need 1 point. And I'm going to take this x and this y, and I'm going to plug it in. So instead of y, just like a formula, star chart formula, plug in your numbers. Instead of y, I'm going to put 88. Instead of x, I'm going to write 2. And I'm looking for b. So what I notice is I have a 2-step equation. To get b by itself, I have to first multiply 39 times 2.
Yay, we did it out.
78. So I have 78 plus b equals 88. Okay, I still want b. So I'm asking myself, 78 plus what is 88? If I don't know that, the opposite of adding is subtracting. That means it's 10. So when I'm looking at my equation, I have 39x plus 10, which is h.
No.
Okay. And this problem is originally in Unit 4 and 5. So you can go back to Unit 4 and 5 for that problem. Okay, so next, number 17.
Mommy, I love you.
I love you too. Number 17.
A ball.
And I really am sorry about my son because I know I'm getting frustrated. So you're probably like, okay, next time tomorrow I won't have him in the video. So I'm just apologizing. A company uses cardboard boxes to ship materials. One of its boxes is shown below. What is the lateral surface area? So lateral surface area of a rectangular prism, lateral surface area is perimeter times height. I cannot solve this unless I draw my base. So the base, it didn't tell us what the base is, so we're going to assume it's the base, the bottom. So I'm going to draw my rectangle. I'm going to label my base 10, 6, 6, 10, and I'm going to find my perimeter. 10 plus 10 plus 6 plus 6 is 32. My height is the only number I did not use, which is how tall the figure is. Once I have that, I'm going to plug it into my formula. 32 times 6 32 times 6, 192, which the correct answer was D. And this is in Unit 9 in your notebook. So I would go back to your notebook to Unit 9 to get help on that problem. We're almost there. Number 18. Juan is creating a scale model of a water slide. His first draft is shown below. What is the length of a slide in Juan's model to the nearest whole centimeter? So we're looking for this measurement. This is a right triangle.
A right triangle.
That means we are looking for C, and we're going to use the Pythagorean
Put it in the box, Mommy. Put them up.
theorem. I'm misspelling that.
Go find them.
Theorem. Okay. And what that says is A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So I take my letters A and B. 8 squared plus 5 squared gives me C squared. 8 times 8, 64. 5 times 5, 25. 64 plus 25 is 5 plus 4 is 9, 89. And then you're going to do the square root. And C is going to equal 89 square root. 9.43. 9.43.
9.43.
And it wants us to do the nearest whole,
1,
which should be 9.
1,
Okay.
3,
This is Units
and 4.
8
Yay!
in your notebook. Unit
I love
8.
you.
Okay.
His ball.
Number 19. Cameron and Joseph are hiking on a trail. Cameron had already hiked 1 mile before Joseph started hiking. So Cameron looks like 1 mile. This will be Cameron. So I'm just going to use my color and color Cameron. That means the other person is Joseph. So Joseph is my green.
I feel first.
The graph below represents the distance along the trail. Based on the graph, how many hours will it take for Joseph to catch up with Cameron? That means you are looking for where they connect.
That one.
They connect. Let me erase my word.
Where's the
They
bird?
connect right here.
Right here?
So if I have 90 minutes, they're going to connect at 3 miles.
The miles.
And 90 minutes.
90 minutes.
is, if I divide by 60
I
minutes,
love you, Mommy.
I get 1.5 miles. I get 1
And one. And one, Mommy.
hour
1 hour.
and 30 minutes left over,
But it is over, Mommy.
which is 1.5.
1.5, Mommy. I know that.
Thank you. Can you go sit down for Mommy?
Yes.
Thank
you. Do
you.
your work. Mom.
This was taught in Unit 5, Systems of Equations. Just where they connect. Where do they connect? Number 20. Based on the scatter plot below, how many gallons of gas should the gas station expect to sell when the temperature is 90 degrees Fahrenheit?
Let's go.
So I'm looking at 90 degrees. And okay, I'm going to make my line. I see a prediction of 8,000, and 8,000 is my answer.
And your number. I know
Just
that.
follow up and follow the pattern.
What
Okay.
is the planner?
Last one for tonight. Marcy dilated a rectangle by the scale factor of -1. She stated that her transformation of the rectangle preserved congruence. Quinn stated that Marcy's transformation did not preserve congruence. Who is correct? Dilating means you're multiplying. Problem is you can only multiply when A is greater than 1, or if the scale factor is less than to 1, but it has to be between 0 and 1. It can never be negative. So when I'm looking at all these answer choices, anything that's negative is going to be wrong. So Quinn was correct. Okay, so we're going to get to that in Unit 7. This is Unit 7. Okay. That is it for tonight. That was last night's homework.
I love you.
I am so sorry for my son interrupting. I hope you enjoyed having his presence. Tomorrow we'll do 22 through 32. Okay? Enjoy, guys. Have fun. Caleb, do you want to say bye? He's going to say bye.
I can't get up.
Say bye.
Bye. Mommy, I just want some.